connect this entire dots. But once if it starts kicking inside you, the way in which you will see design will be very different. Okay. I think some of you might have known about this topic. It's not like this is the very first time you're going to hear that. But yeah, as I said, this is going to be very interesting for sure. Okay. So let me put YouTube live as well. Hold on. Okay. Yes, guys. Welcome to this Creative Morning Booster session. Today is the 99th day and tomorrow is going to be the 100th day. Okay. In fact, tomorrow will be the hackathon day, right? So it's going to be a different context, but we'll try to connect the parallels, how it's going to be there. But today's session is very important and it has been undervalued in our design community. That's what I will say. Because a lot of people, they know about this topic, but they don't take it very seriously or they don't know how the nuances really work. See, the attention to details matters a lot. Okay, again, I'm saying this may seem very easy for you, or maybe you would have heard somewhere, but it is very difficult when it comes to real-time implementation. Okay, so that is where people are feeling very much struggle to do it. Okay, so what we are going to learn today is I'm going to be sharing my PPT, guys. Okay, so just tell me if you can able to see my PPT. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. First of all, let me mark your attendance, guys. Every day I'm forgetting. Sharath will remind me, but some people, in the absence of Sharath, many people are not reminding me. Okay. Please go and mark your attendance. It's very difficult to give you manually points, guys. Yesterday I tried it. It is asking for so much of details and I've talked with my backend team. I have the reports. Whoever has joined the session, that is there. But it's very difficult to give the presence. Okay, fine, guys. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Confirm me. Type C in the chat box if you're able to see the screen. Okay. Okay. So this sounds like editorial design basics, but what I would say is it's a little different. Okay. So we learned about grid system. Can you guys tell me why grid system is very important? I think we learned about grid system. So can somebody tell me in the chat why it is very important? The grid system, what we learned? Come on. Grid system. Roughly, what you can think of. Why grid system is very important. Alignment. That's great, Punish. Correct. Okay. It decides the layout of the design. Shivraj, you started learning aesthetics. Interesting. Okay. Shaman, correct. Layouting. Okay. So this is a kind of discipline. It's not just alignment or anything. It's a kind of discipline. All designer needs to be very honest and disciplined. I will tell you why. Because designers are always free flowing. Yeah, you can still create an harmony or rhythm out of nowhere as well. But discipline, what I mean here is a little different. Okay. There should be a boundary to express your creativity. For sure. There is nothing called I will think out of the box. Many people have said, no, box. No, there is some boundary available, but we will have to express that creativity within that boundary, particularly when you're solving a problem to the customer or a client. Because what happens, you will tend to many times forget that. Okay. Even artists, they are making some designs, they are making some painting, sculpting and everything, right? They have a boundary for that. They can also bring their creativity within that boundary to make that particular context feel that, or else you'll go off track. Okay. It perceives the object better. Yeah. Grid system also make you perceive the object better, that we all know. So composition can be played well around. Once you guys have the grid system in place, you guys can play the composition well ahead because you have the boundary defined. So then you can play inside it very well. That is not a problem. And it creates a consistency of documentation. Particularly, you guys are doing portfolio, right? You guys are creating case study and everything, right? See, nowadays, because of Chat GPT, getting the content and other things is much easier. But before that and all, we used to type everything manually, word by word, sentence by sentence. It takes huge time. Takes huge time. But when we wanted to create a consistency around it, and we have to align with the brand guidelines and all, grid system plays a major role. Yeah, as I said, scalability and reproducibility is very important when we do that. Can you see some alignment already happening here? All aligned to left-hand side. Can you see this is all being placed in a grid in a hole? Can you see this or not? Type C in the chat box if you're able to see this. Type SEE if you're able to see this. We have been seeing this and reading it perfectly. It's because it's aligned. It's because it's been given some equal space to perceive it. There are a lot of black spaces available, but there is only perceived with this object, right? There is also equal spacing from the top to bottom. How many of you can see this? There is an equal space from bottom to top. There is some kind of a different space from left to right. Can you see that? I've spaced it in the left-hand side. I've spaced a little more in the right-hand side. Can you see something is happening here? How many of you can see that? Why not equal? Why not little bit left? Can somebody guess it? Why not equal? Why not something left? Can you see diagonally this screen is balanced? How many of you can see this? How many of you can see this? See, if this screen needs to look good in terms of visual aesthetics and everything, we need to take care of everything. Are you guys seeing it or not? Type out in the chat. Are you guys seeing this or not? Type out in the chat. Yes. Yes. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, fine, guys. Can you see my screen? Yes. So all of the screens are also diagonally split. Okay. So we saw about symmetric, we saw about asymmetric, we saw about balance, we saw about composition, right? Why you wanted the audience to focus on a particular point? Tell me. Why we always try to make the audience focus on a particular point? So many times we tell, no, hey, we wanted to create a aesthetics and visual, which is more focused. Why? What you wanted to audience to focus? Like, let's say it is very important when you're drawing a grid, when you're drawing a when you're constructing something on your screen. Like, let's say when you're using composition layout and then you're trying to create a grid system, alignment, spacing, rhythm, harmony, everything you're trying to do, right? But what you wanted to audience to really focus? Have you ever thought about it? Like, let's say maybe we will think about, okay, Jagdish, my context is I wanted to create a information for my user, a call to action for my user. I wanted to create that. But let me tell you, can we take some inspiration to do that? Like, let's say you are creating one call to action button, like let's say here. Imagine you're creating one call to action button here. Okay. Like, let's say you're creating call to action button here. You're creating some call to action button here. I'm saying only one at a time. Okay. You're creating call to action button here. Yeah, of course. If you remove all the elements, user can only see this particular thing, right? He will only see this. Imagine if you have 2-3 elements in your screen. Like, let's say heading, subheading, some paragraph, some picture. But the call to action is this. What happens to the user? He gets a little confused. Not confused, he would take time to decide. Oh, acha, this is heading. Okay, this is. He may take little time to decide whether is this the appropriate call to action which he has to take. Am I right or not? Because you're having 2-3 elements and then it becomes more. Imagine if you have even more complex elements, particularly when you're constructing website. What happens when you construct a website? You have more elements lying around. The minimal website you keep, that's different. But if you're creating more elements, like let's say you will have some text here, you will have some white space here, and you will have some heading here, and you will have some picture lying over here, or maybe you will have something. Yeah. And in the small corner, you will have a call to action. What happens? You really can't expect. The user will scroll down, swipe up, or even sometimes he can close the tab, right? And then he can press this call to action or may not. We never know. It's a game of betting. We never know. It's a game of betting, and then we do it. But can I tell you something? If you guys place the call to action or something in a particular area, 100 out of 100 people will click. You wanted to know what is that place? You wanted to know what is that place? You wanted to know what is that place? Guiding the user eyes to the most important content. Yeah, that's what. How will you guide? You know, this is the most important part. It's a call to action. Can somebody tell me how you will make the user go and click on a particular part? 100 out of 100 user has to go and click it. Can you tell me where you will place it on the screen? Using FZ pattern. Shauman is almost there. Okay. Can you tell me even more clearer? User eyes to the most important content. Yeah. Within reach of the thumb, Shivraj. Somewhat interesting. Okay. But you guys have not come closer. Let's see who's almost answering this. Who's almost answering this? Come on. Left-hand side below text. Okay. What is that? Okay. So before telling the answer for you guys, let me tell you, this is the most proven method in the entire world. This is the most best used method across all of the geographies. If you guys know about it, bottom right corner, you've been used to seeing bottom right corner, right? That's okay. What if the elements are very high? What if the pictures and text and visuals are very high? The user may tend to leave the content, or maybe the user tend to forget to call to action, or maybe that's little different. Emphasis. Yes, Rajan, what I'm asking is where you will place to keep the emphasis happening. That's my question. Okay. So now let me show you. There is something called nature. Who's better than nature? Who is better than nature? Nobody is better than nature. We are going to take the inspiration from this guy only. Okay. Where to place the elements in our screen, which is going to complete. See, even though your screen may be rhythmic, harmonic, I don't know, like entropy, symmetric balance. You're saying, I know grid system. You're saying, I know symmetrical balance and all these things you're doing. You know colors, you know composition, you know typography. You're doing everything. But your user is still not taking the action. End of the day, that matters. Okay. If your user is not taking the action, it's all going to be waste. Or maybe out of 10 users, only 2-3 users click it. Or maybe your user conversion ratio is just 10%, 20%, 40%. Let me tell you guys, this is one recent thing which I've learned, something called golden ratio. How many of you know this? How many of you have heard about it? I think many people would have heard about it, right? Golden ratio. Golden ratio can be used in design to create shapes, logos, and layout. In German, they call it a Schnell cut. It's very, very normal. Particularly when you're in German, you will hear this term again and again and again. Schnell cut. Okay. So, Jagdish, why it is very important? If you guys keep your call to action or the button or the visual, you wanted to make the user particularly see at a point, you will have to know where is the golden ratio in your screen and you have to exactly place it. Okay, I'm repeating this. If you want your users to go and emphasize and make a focus of it, you should know in your screen where is the golden ratio is there and you have to exactly go and paste it there. If you guys are not placing in the golden ratio, what happens? Nothing will happen. Sometimes they may miss out. Many times they may miss out. 100% time also they will miss out. But the beauty is when you align your thing according to the nature, like let's say the golden ratio and the Snell cut and everything. See, golden ratio can be understood in a far more different ways. Okay. It's not only the linear way in what we think, oh, just if you place in one element and people will click. No, there are multiple other arrangements and patterns to keep it. Okay. Mainly this has been used to create design, shapes, layout and everything. But can you guys see here? Can you guys see here? I placed the text exactly in this format. Can you guys see it? I just created the other space as empty. And can you guys see this? So what is this, Jagdish? When you take one grid, guys, completely, and then when you take 1/3 of it, And then when you take one third of it, and then when you take one third of it, and then when you take one third of it, and then when you take another one third of it, another one third, you will find a spot here. And when you take a tangential output of entire rectangles, and if you draw a line, it will exactly form like this. Can you see this? Can you see this? Got it? In this rectangle, this is the tangential one, right? In this big rectangle, this is the exact connected point. In this big rectangle, this is the connected point. Okay? Okay, Jagdish, what happens now? I can also draw something like the smaller Schnells, right? I can also draw something like even smaller Schnells. Oh, why it is rubbing? I can keep on drawing, guys. That's okay. But this is the big Schnell cut of this entire screen. Okay. The exact golden point is this. Look at this. Can you see this here? When you keep a call to action or the picture, like let's say it necessarily need not have to be call to action. Sometimes it can be an image which you wanted to communicate to your user. Hey, here, call to action is not the point. Here, my user wants to see the image. Once he sees the image, then he can take the decision faster. That case, you keep your image exactly in the center. See, no matter what you guys are doing, you need to observe your designs. Where are you consciously placing the element? Okay. We talked about composition, layout, and grid and alignment and everything, but we are not talking about golden ratio before, because golden ratio is the final icing on the cake. You should know how to create that kind of an icing, or else what happens is you will put efforts, but the results will not be really good enough. You will be able to create visuals, you will be able to create a lot more difference, but people won't be connect with you. Okay. Are you guys understanding how the golden ratio is formed? It's very, very simple. You guys can create a total rectangle around it, divide it into one third, divide that rectangle into one third, divide this rectangle into one third, another one third, another one third, another one third. Even you can create even more one third and go very deep. You can go to infinite, but based on the screen, what you have, based on the human perception, what you're seeing, just stop it somewhere and then you can start drawing them. If you guys start placing the elements like this, automatically people will know where are you actually making the users go around. Can you see this, guys? Can you observe this? Some of the prominent logos, some of the prominent logos have actually used this particular Schnell cut, but Schnell cut cannot be always used in one direction. Like just I told you right before. It's not always in this direction. Have you seen in logo of the Apple? Why it has been really good. See, earlier Twitter was having this. Now it was changed. It was changed to X. But yeah, can you see this logo? Can you see this different interpolation happening? So what happens is you can join multiple Schnell cuts and also create a visual beauty around it. It's all about placement. It's also about inside that placement, how you're keeping the Schnell cut into it. So what happens is nature always works in this Fibonacci series. Like let's say in this particular arrangement. So when you create an aesthetics in that particular Fibonacci series, what happens? One or the other way, you tend to attract the user. One or the other way. Okay. See, there are many outlines which they have marked in the Pepsi and National Geographic and many things. But when you take deeper consideration into each of this particular thing, you will find Schnell cut happening. I don't know, Pepsi logo is a little different now, but Apple, I can able to relate it really super. Okay. Can you see, guys, here? One Schnell cut there, another box is there, another different things. So people have started reverse mapping the logo and around it. Particularly when you take a Twitter logo, you guys can see this very carefully. They have placed this entire thing with respect to the Schnell cut. Are you guys getting it? This curves, this line, this placement, everything is actually aligned to the Fibonacci series. See, even if you have to see more, how many of you observed these petals? How many of you have seen flowers sometimes becoming so beautiful? Why the nature has really taken this? Why the nature has been always working on this ratio? I think we already discussed about honeybee story, right? How many of you can remember this honeybee? Type H in the chat box if you guys remember honeybee. Can you guys remember? So who has taught nature to design in golden ratio or Schnell cut or anything? Nature decides exactly how to make me attractive, how to make the bee attractive, how to spread my ecosystem, how to asexually reproduce and go high. That is why nature has tested many methods. Some species have extinct. Some species of the plant and flowers have not grown high. But the plant and the species who has followed this method, who has followed this method of creating their flowers and petals and other things, have flourished a lot, have been living for generations after generations, and nature has adopted this by thinking this is the most suitable way of keeping the aesthetics in, because of which I can able to sustain a lot, I can able to attract more flowers and bees and everything, I can able to move my generations ahead. How many of you are getting mind blown right now? Nature has tested this and proven this for a very long time, and then it has been there in the nature always. We humans are just now seeing that. We humans are just now seeing that. We are not very sure about whether it will be working for us or not, whether it is really creating an aesthetics or not. So far, we have been not seeing that. So far, we have been not seeing that. We know, okay, if we are creating an aesthetics, it has to be aligned. It has to be grid system. It has to have some composition, aesthetics, everything. But it's all about how you guys are able to place the elements in a different way. And when you take a micro level of division of your screen, and then when you analyze too much into the visual poster, what you guys are creating to create a Schnell cut around it, it will be far more different than what other people are doing. Yeah, it's also the same call to action button only, what you guys are doing. It's also the same text, same image. You're not doing anything different. But the way in which you arrange, it creates a total harmony into your design. It creates a visually rhythmic harmonic image, which people are going to love it forever. Are you guys getting this or not? Type G in the chat box if you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it, type G in the chat box. Jagdish, it seems like little okay, but I don't really understand this. Who's like that? Okay. Few people are typing G. Okay. Not a lot of people. 60% of the people are not touching the chat box. What's happening? Guys, you didn't understand? Tell me, I will explain you with an examples even more better. Okay. Tell me, I will explain you with even more better. See, the point is, it doesn't matter whether you have to understand this or not. Okay, I'll repeat this. Listen to me. It doesn't matter whether you understand this or not. It doesn't matter whether you understand the scale ratio of 1:1.16 or not. Actually, this is a scale ratio. When you divide this rectangle into 1:1.16, 1:1.6, automatically you will get the Snell cut ratio division happening. You can do it diagonally. You can even do your what you call Snell cut like this as well. Listen. You guys can, okay, now it's not coming. See, you guys can create a Snell cut in this angle as well. Nobody's stopping. And you can create a Snell cut with respect to this. Again, you can create another Snell cut to this, another to this, another to this. I'm just creating, but you guys can create it diagonally as well. It is not about you creating more of the Snell cut. It is about analyzing your screens carefully and knowing where to place the element. You can do multiple times also. You can do single times also. You can keep linearly also. You can keep diagonally also. It doesn't matter. But you will have to play around with it. Learning Snell cut doesn't mean that we will make it implementable in the day one itself and become super. No. It takes little time to analyze that. That is why this ratio and other things you don't have to remember. You don't have to, you don't have to memorize, or you don't have to consciously put any efforts to do it. All you have to do is you have to get this consciousness developed inside your brain. Once you guys are developing this consciousness, slowly you will start constructing all of your elements in your screen with respect to that. How to implement this for different screen ratio, different ratio. 1:1.6 Showman. Simple. That is the ratio. But first of all, you try to do it in a visually aided way. Okay. Let's take this. Can you see Snell cut here? How many Snell cuts are you seeing, guys, here? Can you type out in the chat box? Just observe the screen. Observe the screen. Observe this one. Tell me. Can you type out in the chat? How many Snell cuts you're seeing inside this? Count it properly. Count the invisible ones as well. What do the pyramids of Giza and Da Vinci Mona Lisa have in common with the Twitter and Pepsi? Quick answer. They're all designed using the golden ratio. The golden ratio is a mathematical ratio. It is commonly found in the nature, I told you. And when used in design, it fosters organic and natural looking composition that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Because we've been trained to this for billions of years, seeing that again and again and again and again and again. That is why we go and pluck certain flowers. So that is why we keep seeing certain things for a very, very long time. That is why you keep looking at the architecture for a very, very long time. Oh, wow. What an amazing building here. Wow. Jagdish, can I use it for my screens? Of course you can use it. Jagdish, can I use it for my portfolio? Of course you can manage it. But you will have to be a little conscious towards how to place the elements carefully. That is why visually you need to scan that particular screen and do it in a more aesthetically pleasing. See, sometimes don't ask me, Jagdish, I need scale. I need metrics. I need rulers and guides. All these things are already available in your screens. Don't ask me. It's there in even in the PPT software. Okay. Particularly when you're building screens in Figma or any other tools, definitely you guys have a ratio, dimension, everything is there. Don't think it is not there. It's always there. But we are not consciously using them. Right? We saw one feature in Figma also last week, which is mathematical ratio. You guys can create wonderful mathematical ratio in Figma just by putting this 1.16. Automatically you will get the dimension. How many of you can recollect in the last Friday what we saw? 1.16, if you just put division, you'll automatically get that value. If you want to create another 1.16, you can do it. You can just create a lot of rectangles. And the beauty is, but what exactly is golden ratio and how you can able to use it to improve your own design? How to apply the golden ratio to your designs? Set your dimensions with the golden ratio. Just now what I told you. Okay. Layout with the golden ratio diagram. Trace the golden ratio. Okay. Why am I showing you this diagram again and again and again and again? Because you guys can able to trace it. You guys can download from the Google. Google, a lot of images are there. Try to create a 10 to 20% of transparency and just keep it. If you guys are not able to visually divide the screen and mathematically do it, take a transparent, take a Google image and then trace it for 20 to 30%. And on top of it, place your elements. Who is stopping you? And then you can delete the image, keep it as a reference. Can you guys see which content you are seeing first in this whole screen? Tell me. Which content are you seeing most in the screen? Tell me. Which is what you're seeing first? Header. Why? Because in that Schnell cut, this is being placed. Second, what are you seeing? Tell me. Second, what are you seeing? Tell me. Tell me. Second, what are you seeing? This is the first header. Second, Shaman, Pavitra, Meghna, Shivraj, Samir, Ramraj, Chitra. Tell me, design elements and principles. That's interesting. What are you guys seeing third? In fact, that's also not second. The second is we will another see this Schnell cut here. Okay. Another will see the Schnell cut here. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So we tend to ignore the other elements, but we tend to only focus on what the designer wants. There are three different type of user available, guys. You guys know who's the three different type of users? You guys know who's the three different type of user? I think I talked about it in one session very earlier. Who's the three different type of user? Tell me. There are three different type of user available to view your portfolio or design or case study or your resume or anything. Who's those people? Who are those people? Tell me. Can somebody tell me? Or Jagdish, I don't know this. Who's the three people? I want to meet these three people. If you guys don't know, type DN in the chat box. I'll explain you quickly. Because Schnell cut can be understood with respect to these three people only. DN. Oh, many people are knowing DN. No, not hiring managers. Three different type of people. Okay. Not HR or designers. Okay, let me explain you. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Listen to me. There are three photographers. Listen to me. Okay, please switch on your camera, guys. There are three different type of users. Okay. So the first user who's going to review your resume, portfolio, or anything is a fast-moving user. He doesn't want anything. Okay. He will spend only 1 second in your resume. He will spend only 2 seconds in your resume. He'll spend only 5 seconds in your portfolio. He'll spend only 20 seconds in your portfolio. That's it. Who is this user? Fast moving user. Okay. If you want to catch this guy's attention, it is a little tricky. You need to know a lot of things. Okay. You need to know more than aesthetics and visual and composition. You should know how to get this guy attention. The second user is attention grabbing guy. He will find whichever is attention for him, and then he will have something in his brain. What are the expectation I have to see in this resume or portfolio or case study? He will only go and pick that. Okay. He's like a little attention to detail. He's not very attention to detail. He wants that attention grabbing things. Okay. Like let's say when you keep something out there, he will try to do it. And also he will search for whatever he's looking for. Like let's say if I'm reviewing Samir's work. Okay. Okay. Samir, how much experience first of all he has? Let me understand that first. Before hiring him, I want to know how much experience he has. What here his experience itself is not there. Okay, fine. Next. Understanding or not? First user is different. The second user is little different. Okay. You guys are going to be getting through your resume and portfolio with this kind of a people. What kind of a people are they? We don't know. Okay. This kind of people are there. The first people, no matter how prominent you make, no matter how golden ratio will make, they will only quickly see this. Only for a few seconds. The first 6-7 seconds. That's it. The average viewing time of a resume for the HR is 4 to 7 seconds. Simple. Average designer who views your portfolio is 30 to 40 seconds. That's it. You'll have to grab your attention. Right? If you guys are using this golden ratio, Schnell cut and everything, of course they will see it or else they will pass it. The second user will try to find out that one point. Hey, we want somebody who can able to build wonderful aesthetics and screens. In his portfolio, have he demonstrated any screens? No. Too much text is there. Where is it? Okay. There is one screen available here. Okay. It's not that good in colors. Okay. We'll get back to you, Samir. Okay. Second user. Okay. He will try to find something what he wants. Okay. And you guys don't know what he wants, right? You guys have to first know about it. What he wants, what is he looking for, whether he's looking for visual skills or research skills or mix of both or HTML or CSS or good communication skills or good presentation skills or good research skills. We never know, right? You will have to first find out that. That is why it's very important to research the interview and interviewer before going and applying there. Second, you know that. The third user, very rare user, okay? He will go and pick and read everything, whatever you put in your resume and portfolio end to end. Unfortunately, only few people are there. People who are there in the third category, they will not be HRs or designer. Okay, it's your bad luck. What to do? Some people are there. They will be net picky. They'll be like very, very close to attention to details. They will read from your screen from the left top corner to the right bottom corner. They will read each and everything. They will go through all of your profile. They will go through each and every visual element or text or heading or anything, and they will try to find out, are you really capable of doing these projects or not? Are you capable of entering into my design studio or not? Are you capable of recreating the same things in your organization or not? That is why they take a lot of time to go and understand this. Sometimes people spend even 15 minutes. Sometimes people spend even 10 minutes to view your portfolio to do. Honestly speaking, nobody spends 10 minutes, but it's your responsibility is to move this particular first user to the second category. It's your responsibility is to move the second category of the people to the third category. Jagdish, how to do it, Jagdish? Tell me how to do it. I told you the 3 different type of user. I told you about the golden ratio, Schnell cut. Can you see some connection here? How will you do it? Tell me. How will you do it? Tell me. Type out of the chat. Guys, you have mic. You can open and talk. No problem. How will you guys do it? I told you what is our goal. 3 different type of user. We have to move this people scale. What will you do? Think. Let's give a little time to think. Be creative. Come on. Don't search in Google, guys. Many people are searching Google. Using golden ratio on our portfolio to get attention. Is that the only way? Padmavati, I know you will answer this, but is that the only way? Using appropriate hooks. Shaman is saying appropriate hooks. What is that hook, Shaman? Can you just tell me that? Shivraj is saying rule of third. Golden ratio. Okay. What about others? There are 27 people available in this call, 26 people. Okay. Okay. 25. Samir is saying important, highlighting the important details. Okay. Somewhat little closer, but nobody is coming very close. Tell me.
Yeah, it's actually, we might have used the hashtags. What the requirement actually the company is looking for, we'll be getting a description. So with the related to the hashtags, these hashtags will be coming into our resume, right?
That's
So
great.
it won't be ignored. Nowadays most of the things are not manually done. It will be automatic. So if they didn't want find the hashtags related to their requirement, it will be rejected. So we need to manipulate that.
Okay, so now people are getting a little closer to the answer. So people have started telling golden ratio, then they started telling rule of third, then they started telling highlighting the details. Then now Sharath is bringing, I will highlight, I will put the golden ratio for the hashtag keywords which is relevant. What else? Still answer has not come. How will you move your user from first category to second, second to third? Tell me. How can you make all the user go into the last category and stick to your portfolio for at least 15-20 minutes? If you guys are doing it, you'll become a world-class designers. How will you do that? Tell me that. Honestly speaking, in my entire career, whatever I've seen, there are only few portfolios I've seen like that. Out of all the 10,000 and I've seen, I think, close to 1 lakh visuals, I've seen close to 10,000 plus portfolios. Very, very few. Very, 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 very few. I've really got that attention to stick to that for a very, very long time. There is one portfolio which I've seen. How many of you know this institute? UMEA. 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 How many of you know this institute? Royal College of Arts, RCA. You guys have to note this keyword, okay? Today, you guys are going to open these two websites, two college websites, and take any one person's portfolio in this college. RCA, you know, Meghna, you're architect, come on. Royal College of Arts, okay? It's #1 college in design for the world. And UMEA comes in top 5 or 10 in the world, I'm saying, okay? So I've seen one guy's portfolio in UMEA, okay? Oh my God. I still could remember what color he used, what composition he used. Yeah, it's from Sweden, okay? It's a Scandinavian country, of course. Yeah, Royal College of Arts is very different. Okay, they create something which is not just aesthetically visuals or anything. But one of my junior is studying there. Okay, she's doing some textile design research. She did product design in NID. Another junior also is there in RCA. So RCA is one of the dream college for many people. Like it's a #1 college in design actually. NID comes even 35th or sometimes 45 or within that. But RCA students, I don't know what are they really doing, but their portfolio, if you guys open any one portfolio, okay, any one portfolio, I'm not saying 100% portfolio are good, but in that RCA also, there are many portfolio I've reviewed, and particularly in UMEA. I've applied in UMEA, Sweden also. I have applied in Germany, I've applied in UMEA. UMEA, I got rejected. Their standards are very, very high. That's why I went to another college, Hanover Hochschule in Germany. But the UMEA students' expectation, when they are particularly more into product design and transportation design. Oh my God. The best transportation designers and aesthetic designers are from UMEA, transportation design. You guys have to go and look at their profile. UMEA has a website where all of their students' portfolio and everything has been uploaded there. See, get inspiration, don't copy. Again, I'm saying when you're reviewing a portfolio, get inspiration, don't copy, don't recreate it. Then your core of design, what you guys are really thinking design, will be completely suppressed. We did it in the first day of the activity. What is design for you, right? We wrote it down. What is aesthetics for you? We wrote it down. We talked about the cultural stripping. We talked about how bare naked we are. That's what we are. Okay. Don't forget that guy inside you. Okay. Just because you're seeing some minimalism Scandinavian designs, that doesn't mean you'll have to forget this guy inside you. Okay. All these things are techniques. All these things are methods. All these things are proven strategies. But it doesn't mean we'll have to leave this guy. We will have to use that to improve this guy better. Are you guys getting this or not? You will have to use all these methods and Snell cuts and grid and visual and typeface and colors and everything to emphasize this guy more. It doesn't mean you'll have to forget this guy. Everybody I can able to point out. Ramraj, Subhash, Shivraj, Kandasamy, Swamir, Jayanandini. Everybody has somebody who is really inside, who's already waiting for you to rightly take them out. If you guys are bringing that person out of you, you guys will be doing far more different things. See, Schnell cut may seem very fancy, or maybe golden ratio may seem very fancy. You guys can do it really super. All these things are fine. But if you don't know how to construct that using your inner core, what you have as a designer, you're not going to become success. You will become okay, but you will not become the great thing what you're really thinking in your mind. This is very, very important skill. No matter whether you become design leader or not, no matter whether you become vice president in design or not, no matter you become the ultimate top guy in the world of design or not, this is the most vital thing. If you can't understand this, if you can't recreate it in your products and services, you will be missing a larger part of it. You'll be missing far more larger part of it. Your teammates and other people will do far more extraordinary design, which you can't even understand what's happening, which you can't even really sensitize. So all the people who are very, very excellent designers in the world, they know about this, and they're not ready to teach it outside, or maybe they don't have time to teach it, or maybe they don't know how to teach it. They know it, but they don't know how to teach it. It's good that you learned it here. Please take it forward and implement it. I'm not finished yet. What is happening with Umia website BTW? Program, courses, collaboration. Okay, I don't know. You guys go and look at their portfolio in Facebook or Instagram. Many people have Instagram profile, these designers. Okay, go and just follow their visuals. You guys will be mind blown. Okay, you guys will be mind blown. Can I tell you, Umia, which how much age these people are? Chota bachas, 16, 17, 18, because they don't do this 12th standard like what we do, right? They come into high school and then they join these colleges. 20, 21, 22. If I'm going at the age of 28, they will look at me like, what? 28? Which like very high. Okay. And also studios like BMW, studios like Apple, they don't take designers who's very age old. Yeah, of course, they take age of 50, 44, 54, 64 also. But some of the design studios in the world I've seen, particularly very classical example is BMW. 30 age beyond, you can't join in BMW. How many of you know this? You can't apply for NID if you're beyond 30. How many of you know this in India? I was at 28 when I applied there. 2 years, if I gone outside, I would have not applied. So their perception is why they're having this age restriction is, see, this IDC Bombay doesn't have this. IDC Bombay is, according to me, it's more of an engineering college. They call themselves as a design, but okay, I've seen these people's work. It's more of engineering related. That there is no point in studying design. No, if you want to become an engineer, you can become an engineer. But some people are really extraordinary from IDC Bombay. I will never complain them. But majority of their institutionalization is put like that way. Okay, so you need to know, like, out of all these institutes and other things and all, what are you really taking to infer? It doesn't mean that you'll have to go and study in these institutes or watch these people's portfolio or putting yourself in a different way or not. No, I'm not saying that. In fact, I wanted to tell you the opposite. Do not compare this. Take it as an inspiration. The more younger you are in the age, the lesser biases you will have in the head. Like, let's say a 5-year kid is more creative than a 8-year kid. How many of you agree this? My daughter, okay, 1 year only just completed. If we what you call, if we give anything to her and then if we try to block her, she will find alternate ways of using it. Okay, she'll find a creative way to make that attention come into her, and then she'll try to do it. Okay, if we are trying to apply for the job, if we get 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, 10 rejection, we are going to depression. We don't try the alternate method, right? Why? Because our age is very high. The kid who is in the 8 or 10 years old has much creativity than the kid who is 15 to 16 years old. Hey, no. Many people are typing, no, that's not the case. You guys don't know about me, okay? When you guys know about me, you will not talk this word. You guys really don't know about me, how I was in my 12th standard and how I was in my college. There will be some time I'll reveal this to you, no problem, okay? It's not about DNA or anything. It's about different, okay? So the kid who is at the age of 18 and 13 will be much different. The 8-year kid will be much creative. How many of you have seen when you are playing with a kid, when you're trying to do some games or anything, these kids will play very differently compared to you. You will be a very rigid guy. You will be only playing in one direction. That kid will play in multiple directions. Why? Because the biases has not come to her, him or her. They are boundless. Nobody can stop them. They think in all directions. The kid who is in the 15 age is much creative than the age who is 20. The kid who is 20 age is much creative than the age 25. What happens over the years? We're trying to accumulate a lot of biases. Being an engineer, it took me 6 months to remove this thought from my mind. You know, my professor used to come and tell, Jagdish, you're very rigid. You're thinking like this damn engineers. Used to call that damn engineers. Because engineering people, what they do, they get a formula, they get a syllabus, they get a subject, they just try to apply that. It's nothing wrong. That's how the conditioning is happening. I'm not complaining anybody. I'm just saying the condition has happened like that. If you have to really break down that, like let's say if you give me an object, if you ask me to design something, initially when I used to say, hey, no, this material is very weak, we can't design like this. No, if we create more dimension like this, what happens is the stability will be weak, so the material will break over time, we can't design this. What happens? The engineering mind kicks in. We always think about strength to ratio, tensile strength. When technical terminologies will come inside me, and then I'll try to think it's not possible. But the guy who's in the age of 16, he doesn't know tensile strength. He doesn't know stiffness ratio. He knows one thing. What he knows? We wanted to make it work. That's it. Let's try to make it work. That guy will operate in a far more creative way. He will say, why not always create a rectangle shape? Why don't we create oval shape? Interesting, no? He doesn't know whether it's going to work or not. Then I will tell if that guy is producing oval, no, he's saying, hey, oval is not manufacturable here. Oval, we don't have die in that shape. We can't manufacture. No, not possible. Tool cost should be very high. This guy doesn't know about tooling and everything, right? He says oval means oval. Yeah, it's going to happen, no? Then you're saying oval is also rejected. Okay, let's keep triangle, no? Most stable structure. Now let's keep triangle. That's okay, triangle. Then again, engineering person like me coming. Okay. No, if you keep the screen as triangle, it's very difficult to create coding inside that. Maybe. I'm a programming guy. Okay, imagine something is happening. It's very difficult to code it like this way. No. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because the way in which we are coding in this particular screen and graphics and everything we are keeping here, practically not possible. Every biases will come over the time when we start developing some experience, because we have seen past failures and everything, right? We have seen past experiences and everything, right? People have said this is not possible. This is not, nahi hoga, nahi kar sakte hain. No. People will tell no a lot. And when we propose a team, the mechanical team, to design something, the very first thing they will say is, have any competitors done this so far? The first question will come to me at this only. Has any competitor done this so far? If I'm designing some mic here, if I design something very different, okay, yesterday or last week, I saw one speaker, guys, okay, I don't know whether you guys have seen that speaker. The speaker was only this much. It's like a, what is that? Goli, what is that? What do you say in Hindi? I don't know this word. The people play, this. What is that? Goli. In Tamil, they call it as goli. What do you say in Hindi? Kancha. Huh?
Goti.
Goti. Ha. So there was one, that guy is from Dubai. Okay. So he has brought that particular small, what do you call that? Goli. You know what is this doing? That particular speaker is producing the sound. Even if you have a big speaker like this much, it won't produce that much of sound. I don't know. It's not in India. He has got it from abroad or something, but it is not available outside. I don't know. This guy got from somewhere. He is producing the sound. I was seeing in the gym that this guy was producing the sound, which the entire gym, what do you call, as if you have 4 speakers around you. I was asking, hey, where did you guys get this? Yeah, I got it from Dubai. You guys, see, in my mind, there was too much of biases. A speaker should be like this. A speaker should be wanted in a wall. A speaker should be very big, black in color. But that's very different. The designer who has designed that has completely come out of this biases. Are you guys right or not? If that guy is more biased towards speaker, working in JBL, Sony, working in JBL, he will not design that. Because he used to see speakers for a very long time. We used to see screens for a very long time. 16:9. No, think about something else. In next 5 to 10 years, people are not going to use screens at all. And you guys also know about it, right? AR and VR is already taking over. Mixed reality is very, very famous now. And now people are building even extended reality from that mixed reality. And Apple has already come with Apple Vision. Many people are building softwares around it. Microsoft HoloLens is there. Screens are going to go away for sure. So if you guys are also bounded like this, you guys will not be able to bring the best out of it. And these people have crossed that boundaries. Those people from Umia and other places, they have created visuals and other things, which is far more different. That is why the more younger you are, the better creative you are. Jagdish, I can't time travel. Now tell me, what should I do? Already I don't know. Okay. I don't think this is the one. It is even more smaller here. Like it's like a small. Okay, maybe you guys can try to find it. I don't know whether it's there in the outside market, but I've never seen. And this guy said it's not there in India. In fact, I wanted to purchase that. Okay. I don't know how they're achieving this technology, but the example what I'm trying to say is people will be fixed, fixed, fixed. And I always tell you, your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you guys are also having a greater level of intellectuality and then you're coming with a Schnell cut, your environment will again suppress you. Hey, Shivraj, you're thinking too much. Let me bring you down. Shivraj, this is not possible here. See, nobody has ever designed in the world, no, like this. Make it practically happen here. Please go. Shivraj will think, oh my God, I've did something wrong. Law of confirmation. Okay? Familiarity breed contempt. Okay, we never go out of our box because of our environment. Imagine if your environment is like that. I truly saw an environment in NID like this, guys. Okay, nobody is there to bound. At the age of 27 and 28, I went there. Many people are very liberating there. Many people are like completely freedom. They do random stuffs. They do everything. I was totally shocked with that culture. How come people will be like this? How come people will be like this? I was totally in a shock because I've not used to this. I'm from a typical South Indian family. I've not seen much of this culture, much like this. Okay, in my college, girls used to wear chudidar and other things, right? I've seen many different things in NID. It was very shocking there. Okay, cultural shock. But what's happening is people are also liberating. Like they really don't bound in their thoughts as well. It's not just the dressing. I'm just taking an example, but it's there in their thought process as well. It was very different. Particularly, to be very honest, that environment changed me a lot. I would say many times with my friends, I was totally reborn here. I went to my age 0. I really reduced my age. When I was in college, I feel so young. Not in my engineering college. There. It's not because of the subjects what they thought. It's because of the environment. This is what Blair Singer always says. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. That is why, guys, I always tell my students, try to network with the people who's far more different, far more better than you. But because if you're talking to a guy who's also earning 50,000 per month, then automatically you will also earn 50,000 per month, right? Please understand that you have to surround with an people who is far more different than you, which you inspire to do it later. Okay, not suppress your own originality. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, NID will try to bring the best out of you. That's why they don't teach anything. No NID teaches you syllabus. I don't know about the new NIDs which is coming, but NID Ahmedabad is very tricky. You know what did my director said in the first day of the college? We were writing this exam for the 6 months. We were selected out of the 20-30,000 people, and finally 100 people got selected in the 1,000 people got selected in the third round, and 100 people got selected in the fourth round, and then 15 people got selected in the fifth round. And I paid a lot of money, a lot of efforts. I quit my job. I was in the risk of marriage. I was in a relationship at that time. Okay. In spite of all this risk, I took the NID and then I went. I thought my entire life will change. The very first thing my director said in the mic in the first day is, nobody in the world can teach you NID. Nobody in the world can teach you design. Particularly, he said, in NID, nobody will teach you design. I literally had a heart attack. Why is this person saying like this? Then who is going to teach me? And I did not take it very seriously. I was observing the first module, second module, first month, second month, third. Nobody's teaching anything. People are coming, they're giving you an assignment. Ask us to do. I was literally going behind. Sir, please tell me how to do this. No. You try it. Sir, please, you tell me what to do. And I used to talk to my batchmates. Okay. Hey, guys, did you understand anything? No, Jagdish, I also. But there are some students who also like me. They also don't know. Of course, the information is not given. Assignment is there. That's all. They will start doing something. They don't know whether it's right or not. They will do something. There are some engineers like me who is taking teams. Okay, we are making a gangs. Okay. Hey, why these NIDians are not even teaching anything? Why these people are not like this? We have to go and fight. We went into a fight in the first 1 or 2 months itself. Okay, interesting story. Listen to it. And then we went into this professor and then asking, sir, you are saying this assignment needs to be done, but you're not telling me how. No, that's the point, Jagdish. You have to first do it. Sir, you tell me how to do it, sir. I don't know really how to do it. Seriously, guys, because I'm not an age who is 18 or 20. Okay, we did a lot of things to come to this point, and we want some return on investment. If I go in this direction, I'm not going to get any job for sure. And on top of it, if I'm not able to get the job, okay, maybe I'll get the job after 1 year or 2 years. But what about my marriage? I was having literally a lot of pressure inside me. To be very honest, I don't know whether somebody has really had this pressure in their career. If you guys get job, only you guys are going to get married. That's a very different psychological pressure. Okay. So what happens is I was exploring constantly. Why is this people are not teaching me anything? I was seeing in my session, in my batches, There were many people who are doing something. Random shit, random stuff they're doing. These people are from art background. These people age is 21 and 23. These people are at least 7 to 6 years younger than me. I was observing. Okay, let me also do something. And then the professor come next to me. Jagdish, this can be also seen in this way, right? Yeah, what you're doing is okay, but can you also try this way? Oh, yeah, I can also try this way. Yeah, okay. Sir, I'm getting stuck now. No. Keep doing, Jagdish. You will feel stuck only. Keep doing, keep doing. What keep doing? Keep doing. Okay. Because your entire environment will be doing something, right? Sketching or anything, whatever, painting. You can't stop them, right? Automatically, you will also do something. Slowly, what happens? Oh, this is what is expected. Oh, some guy will present some topic. Okay, the professor will deliberately call somebody and then they will ask him to present the topic. Oh, acha. This is how also it can be solved. Same like how you looked at the younger age kid, right? 5 age or 8 age. This is how also we can do it. Okay, now I got one more idea. Okay. Yeah. Oh, why not this way? If this guy is doing this way, why not this way? Professor will come and tell, you'll have to design a poster on this weekend. Applying the Schnell cut. That's it. He will go. He will go and have some chai. That's all. He will in fact invite us to the chai. The professor doesn't even come to the classes, guys. They only meet us in chai at most of the time. Or if they come, they will sit on the bench and then they'll put one projector. We will all watch one movie. This is how classes will go. There is no board or anything in NID. There is no typical classroom setup or bench or desk. It will all be just like that. People will just take bean bag, this, that, and then they'll sit, sleep. Some guy will be always sleeping. He's a night owl. Okay. Out of 14 people, 2, 3 people will be always sleeping. And professor, don't scare. There is no attendance in NID and all. People come. I have not even taken one day leave in NID. None of my batchmates took leave. When you put attendance, people will try to find a way to leave, right? Every batchmate comes to the, even in Sunday, people come and work. That's different. Okay. So the point here is, professor used to say that, and we used to try that, and we won't get it. Some people will go and present their work. Oh, it need not have to be always in poster. This guy created something else. He has created one book system, like a flip book. How many of you know this flip book? Flip book. Chotu flip book. This guy is from what you call, from animation background. He studied some bachelor's in animation and then he's come to master's. I was like, oh, yeah, of course, flip book also can be a solution, right? Why does this occur to me? Then I'll try. Slowly, what happens? You bring the best out of you slowly by seeing other people. Your creativity start unblocking. You see the possibilities because your environment is changing. If the professor says, hey, Jagdish, you need to create one poster with this style, with this color, with this typeface, with this kind of a rules and everything for this user, for this, what happens? I stop thinking. I only take Canva. I only take Figma, then I will only put the poster. Then I'll say, sir, Monday itself I submitted the assignment, sir. When will I get my assignment mark? Tell me. Are you guys getting it or not? This is what is called aesthetics. You guys will not be able to get it on the first go. And I'm also not going to tell you anything. It's all about exploration. You will never see somebody going to teach you design. If somebody is teaching design, they're doing total dishonest and injustice for you. They're literally trying to suppress you. That is not going to happen. If that happens, then you will not grow. You will have to feel very uncomfortable. You know what? Our seniors, when we had this problem after 2-3 months, everybody will do ragging in NID for first 3 months. How many of you don't know this? I was not supposed to say this, but yeah, ragging in the sense it is very different. Okay. They will not tell their name. All of our seniors, they were like master blasters in design and everything, guys. Nobody will tell their name. What they said, you go and find our name. What? We have to go and find your name. Why? No, you do it. No, we're not going to tell your name. We don't know any of our seniors' name until the first 3 months. They made us in a very uncomfortable situation and everything revealed later. After 3-4 months, they said, Jagdish, I was also same like you going and fighting with the professor in the first month. I know what are the mindset you are going through. Same mindset I also had. Everybody has gone through the same thing. The professors are deliberately keeping this environment to make you guys uncomfortable. Then and only you will come out of that. Then and only you will start learning. Then and only you will start exploring. Then and only you will start going beyond. Then your creativity will be operating in a far more different way. It took me totally 6 months to reach this point, guys, in NID. After that only I truly started making projects. And I told you, right, I was totally reborn. So everybody needs this rebirth. If you are in a creative design, if you are in a product design and UI UX field, yeah, it's fine. You guys are in the pressure of getting jobs. Same like me, right? When I was in 26 and 27 and 28. So the pressure was there. Too much of pressure will be there, financial pressure, marriage pressure, or maybe time pressure, something will be there. But please understand, with that pressure, if you go and operate and try to get a job, you won't be able to get it. But if you try to take that away and try to explore the within whatever you had, and then you go young. How many of you want to become young now? Jagdish, my age is already 30, my age is already 40. All these things doesn't fit for me. It's okay, guys, I understand, but you will have to try to retune yourself to go much younger, and you guys will see the new rebirth happening for you. Some designers get it in the first few months of their design. Okay, I was so fortunate. I'm very gratitude to the universe. Seriously, okay, because I was in that constant search. I would also take the credit of myself as well. If I was not in the constant search, I will not be able to get that right. The thirst should be there. Whenever I call the students and then I ask and then I talk to them, I used to sense that thirst with that student. I know this guy will become success. I know that guy will become success. Maybe he doesn't know anything in design now. That's okay. Easily you can learn. But that thirst should be there. Because of that thirst only you will start exploring and then you will find out and then you will bring the best out of it. Many people when they type answers, I see some monotonous pattern, but some people will do different. How many of you just seen this Arun, this guy, this Mike guy? What is that? Where are you coming from? I used to ask, no? This guy answer will be very different. I know that this guy is going to do something. I mean, I'm not comparing again. I'm seeing that person is tapping my NID days. I've seen many eccentric people like this. They used to bring answers which is totally out of this equation. Environment is very strong. That is why even in the targeting of the job position, I used to tell people, please try to give 20% to 30% of your job search strategy for experimental based design studios. Because you never know. If you get selected over there, your life will entirely change. You will go into the rebirth very soon. You will get into the rebirth really faster because the environment is different. See, when you go and work in a studios like IDEO, there'll be a guy from Africa, there'll be a guy from Nigeria, there'll be an Indian, there'll be a guy from Telugu, there'll be a guy from North India, there'll be a guy from US, there'll be a guy from UK. Your client is from a different country, he's from a different island. When you go and sit and solve that problem, like let's say I'm asking, hey, can you design a speaker with this kind of a hand? Let's say a client tells it. Then I will tell you as an Indian perspective, nahi hoga bhai. Nahi hoga. How will you keep amplifier with this size, yaar? Can you do it? I'm an electronic engineer. Okay. How will you keep amplifier this size? Technologically, it is not possible, sir. It is not available in India. We have to do R&D now. The guy from Nigeria is saying, sir, in our country, there is no big speakers we used to use. We used to have a different system. We used to have something like a neck phone. How many of you have heard this neck phone? Bone hearing device, neck phone. It's very famous. Maybe in his culture, it may be famous. US guy will say something else. UK guy will say something else. Telugu guy will say something else. Hindi guy will say something else. The client expectation will be different. But when you guys sit and brainstorm, what happens? Everybody puts their thought. And my thought goes away. Because I see the possibility in front of me. That guy will add even more perspective. This is called culturally ethnographic design studios. They deliberately take designers from different countries. I would really highly recommend you guys. If you guys are trying for the job in this kind of a design studios, literally you will become rebirth. You will go and find out yourself. You will properly find yourself there. And first of all, it will be very comfortable, very uncomfortable. You will feel very pain. You will feel like sometimes you are ignored. You will feel like my ideas are not heard. But slowly, you will feel like you are learning a lot. You're coming far more out of this. Your ideas are like no way comparable to anybody because you're not comparing with anybody. You're just getting inspired. Your environment is changing. That is why this kind of a studios like IDEO, Frog, Microsoft, all the studios, environment is very different. Even in HCL, in my company also, the studio environment is very different. I'm saying about the Bangalore design studio, but now in Chennai, I was put for a special project. Here only 2-3 designers are there. I miss my design studio there. What happens in my design studio? Every state people in in the country is there. Assam, Sikkim, Jammu Kashmir, Telugu, Andhra, all the people are there. Same problem when you put it in the projector and then you ask, different perspective comes there. That's what is the beauty about design. Same goes for Schnell cut and other aesthetics. When I ask you guys to arrange, Samir will arrange the Schnell cut in a different way. Meghna will do it differently. Shivraj will say, why do I need a Schnell cut here? I know how to keep it aesthetically beautiful. Yeah, that's okay. Many people will add more perspectives. The more and more individuality you develop in this field, the better you will be able to project yourself to the world. The better your designs will stand out. So many people ask me how to create a standout portfolio, standout resume, standout. I want to get hired. First of all, before applying all this grid system, harmony, rhythm, Schnell cut, you will have to really think about, are you really producing your original stuff or not? Please ask that one question. If that originality is very clear and then you're very happy about it, and then you're not copying from somewhere else, and then you're truly exploring that inside, then these methods will work magical. If you guys don't understand this, and then when you apply this method, it will look very shabby. It will look very ugly. How many of you still feel that your screen building skills is looking ugly? Jagdish, I'm doing many screens and visuals and anything, but it looks very ugly. It looks not satisfying for me, right? When you're doing some screens, how many of you are visual designers here? How many of you are visual designers here? Come on. How many of you are visual designers? When you guys started your career, you guys used to do a lot of visuals, right? Please switch on your camera, guys. I want to see. Who's visual designers here? VD, graphic designers or visual designers or what do you call UI designers, right? Please raise your hands. Me, Dayal, Shrajan, okay, Subhash, okay, Sharad. When you guys started your visual design career, sometimes you'll not be happy with your visuals, right? You try to move here and there, you try to rearrange it, you try to delete it, you try to add more posters or complaints or anything. But until unless you are satisfied, you will just move here and there, right? You have still not got the rhythm and harmony inside you properly. You're just wavering here and there. Your mind is oscillating. You're not yet found the reality. Many people, they will do it in few iterations itself. Have you seen it? Many people will do it in few iterations itself. And they will put it and that will become super. Because they're somewhat stable. Their mind is somewhat stable. They found out their real originality, what they wanted to emphasize to the world, and they're trying to tap that again and again and again. Many people, they just put one thing, it becomes master blaster. They just put one thing, it becomes world class. We can't achieve it in day one. It takes time. How many of you know this guy, Dieter Rams? How many of you heard about him? Dieter Rams. How many of you know this guy, Jonathan Eve? How many of you have seen Jonathan Eve's sketches? He's a product designer, right? World-class product designer. I mean, I would say he's one of the best designers who is living in this world currently. Dieter Rams and Jonathan Eve. He's a farmer design head in Apple. Okay, now he's out of the Apple, but he used to be the farmer designer. He was the guy behind MacBook, not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is not behind any product. Okay, he has a vision. But people who are working in this MacBook, okay, I don't know, like how do I show MacBook in front of you? Okay, right now I have. If you guys go and take MacBook, okay, when Steve Jobs launched this particular MacBook, okay, you know how he launched this laptop? He brought a courier cover in the stage.
It was inside an envelope.
Yeah, envelope. He said, there is a courier delivered to me, guys. How many of you want to see that? He said, and then he opened that envelope and then he took MacBook Air. People have never thought laptop could be this thin. He has broken that, what you call, he has broken that way in which people have used to see laptop. And then every damn industry started copying this. Then Dell came up with the design, Sony came up with the design, many laptop came. But what happened? The possibility of going into that thinness was actually brought by Jonathan Eve. How many of you wants to see Jonathan Eve? Go to Google. Can somebody paste his picture here, Jonathan Eve? This guy will not even talk properly. His English is not understandable. His sketches are very poor. How does it matter? Everybody is using his design in the world now. Okay, so understand that he has tapped into his proper originality, and no matter what he puts, that becomes world class. That is what that environment changes you a lot. When you guys are working in a team like Jonathan Eve, what will happen? You guys will become far more creative. You will not become Jonathan Eve. He will become the best of your best. You will become Jonathan Eve in your industry. How does it sound? Fine. That is what truly I want people. Kanda has put a picture. Watch a documentary called Objectified. Okay. How many of you watched this movie called Objectified? It's a 30 minutes movie. In fact, I used to play in inner circle calls many times, but nowadays, like Dieter Rams, excellent here. How many of you seen Dieter Rams sketches? He used to draw like this. He doesn't draw with it. He's one of the great architects as well. Yes, I think he's from architect background. Jonathan Eve is from architect, I think. Meghna, correct me if I'm wrong. Many best designers in the world, no, are from architect background. I don't know why. There is some huge correlation. Meghna, are you seeing some connection? Soon you will also become great designer. Like these architects have a different design thinking in their curriculum itself initially. Even I worked with guys from SPA Delhi. I worked with some of the designers from Paris, the architects in my batches and abroad exchange students. Their creativity is a little different. I don't know, guys. I used to ask them, did you learn somewhere else and come to the session? What? How you are doing like this? No, Jagdish, I just did it. That's what they say. But the architect people have that knack already. Okay, and this Dieter Rams is also from architect background, I guess.
Industrial design.
Industrial design. Okay, industrial design. Okay, I don't know whether he's from architect, but many designers I've seen, guys, in my experience. So these people have really broken down that convention. These people have really made the possibility go far more beyond, but their sketches are not that great. But their visuals are not that great, but they know how to tap the right element. And they've created that and they've given the life for the product, and everybody is using that. Everybody is using the product day in, day out, and we can't ignore that. Until now, MacBook Air's design is unbeatable. That's the best efficient aluminum material you can take for a particular laptop, and you can
Irony
place
is
your
that-
chips and everything.
Irony is that John Ives is very much influenced by Dieter Rams.
That's correct.
All his designs are based on Dieter Rams.
Correct. Correct. Guys, I've taught you rhythm, composition, and everything, right? Can you see that picture what Kanda said? Kanda has shared. All the Brown products in the world. Brown is one of the best products design company in the world. How many of you wants to work for Brown? I don't know. Brown also has some restriction in age. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. You can still apply. I think it's open for all. But you guys can see that radio Dappa. You guys can see that the Brown trimming machine. These are the first designed products by them, an entire world copied. You can see
And-
literally all of the composition and everything here. Okay. See, I'm just sharing the screen. You can see all of the what you call the composition available here. How many of you can see rhythm here? How many of you can see rhythm here?
And even I would say IKEA somewhat mimics
Exactly. All these people are same puppy, same. Okay, same. All these people are same. Okay. How many of you can see? Yes, Kanda, go ahead.
One interesting interview from Dieter Rams, which I will try to get it and share.
Yeah, do it.
That is where he says in his early days, what they would do is they would try to eliminate things instead of putting things
Adding
together.
things.
So they will first have a design, then they will try to eliminate. And all his products, even typography and other stuffs are really good. If you go to Nerd and search, whatever that texts and other stuff, and even his what I would say is one of his best creation is modular shelves. You can arrange the shelves in, and now all those are being duplicated by a lot of retailers. So it
That's
can
it.
be modified, and it is not static.
Exactly. How many of you know this company Hettich? Hettich. Architect people will know. Hettich. Hettich and this, what do you call this? Dieter Rams are very close. Whatever this guy sketches, that comes into the product in Hettich. Hettich, IKEA, and all these brands are predominantly Furlenco. How many of you know Furlenco? If you guys want to work in Furlenco Design Studio, please get in touch with me. Okay. One of my exact batchmates, she's from furniture design. She's working there in Bangalore. Crazy pay, crazy product design, crazy environment. That's what everything will come into your life at a time. When you guys go into that level of environment, you will get freedom, you will get creativity, you will get more salaries, which you don't even know what with that money, what I'm going to do. You will get more holidays, you will get more work-life balance. How many of you want this everything at a time? But there is a price to pay for it. Nothing comes free of cost in our life, right? There is a price to pay for it. Either the efforts, either the hard work, either you will have to invest in some programs to learn that skill. Either you'll have to talk to people, break away your shy. Either you have to travel some places. Of course, it comes with a lot of cost, and then you will get that reward for sure. Okay. Thank you, Kanda, for bringing this perspective. Guys, in someday I will play you this objectified movie, okay? Because Jonathan Eve comes and talks about the product design. Mostly it is physical product design. I don't know, many of you might not resonate.
Funny thing is that he has recently designed Commode after coming out of Apple.
Come on.
Yeah. He now he owns his own design studio.
Okay. Yeah, he has his own.
But he works for Apple on contract, so that is there. So he is the chief designer, but he is working as a contractor. right off.
Correct, correct,
And
correct.
he talks a lot about Steve Jobs, how visionary he was, and they try to invest a lot in all those machineries. Whatever he asked for,
Yeah,
Jobs used to give him. Okay, take.
correct, correct.
So they have
Apple
this
is the
unique.
Apple is the one company in the world, top company in the world, I would say, invest more for R&D. See, typically 4 to 6%. Any company invest for R&D. I would say not even 6%. It's 2 to 4%, I guess. They used to invest the money for the R&D. But I don't know, Apple crazily invest more than 20,
So Apple
30%.
is the first. They brought the uni chassis for laptops.
That's what I told you, the MacBook Air, the Uni chassis.
Uni chassis. So from aluminum, they started.
This Objectified movie has this, Kanda. I don't know. This Objectified movie is paid actually. I can't play it in the public. I earlier got one paid version of one movie and then I played it for once. But if I'm getting some license and rights and everything, then I'll play it for you guys. But if you guys can able to take somewhere and learn it, it's okay, good. But I would say pay and get it. That would be better. Okay, these are all like protected movies. It's not available outsource. If it's available outsource in the YouTube, that's different. Because Objectified movie, same what Kanda said, no, he talks about the MacBook. He used to take the thin shell of MacBook, this aluminum, and then he used to talk about the process, how it worked. Okay, I resonate with Jonathan He because he also talks a lot of engineering. He has to lot talk of product design, and in an entire batch, we all like this Jonathan He because of his minimalism and simplistic designs. And largely, Jonathan Eve and these people have really set the design language for Apple. That is why this entire Apple is very stable. So people are predicting for the next 100 years, Apple design is untouchable and no people can go near it. That is why I'm telling, don't go for Apple. Because you will not learn anything now. Everything is said there. What would you do there? At least go and work for 6 months, 1 year, get the environment. Okay, in our program also, people asked me, many people, Jagdish, I wanted to go and work for FANG industry. How many of you know what is FANG? What is FANG?
It's abbreviation of Facebook, Apple, and other.
If you guys wanted to really grow more, learn more, first you should not go into FANG industries. You should go into accelerated growth companies. Then only Manga, I don't know, like Mang or FANG, whatever, I don't know. But the thing is, if you guys go here, you will have a very, very small role to play. But for environment per se, you can go, but that's not the big deal. People like IDEO, Frog, these design studios are far more different. How many of you know this design studio? Invent India. It was actually one of my mentors, Sanandan Sudhir. Go and work in this design studio. He will squeeze you. Literally, blood will come out of you. He will squeeze you like anything. Like the workload will be very different. And you can go to the studio called Studio Carbon. They are my seniors. Okay, Studio Carbon got top 10 design studios in India. There are many studios. There is another studio which I've seen. Pineapple. How many of you know this design studio? Pineapple. Elephant Design Studio. How many of you worked for Elephant Design Studio? Lollipop. These are like prominent design studio. Because what happens is these design studio are very unconventional. Yeah, maybe the pay will be different or maybe pay will be high also. It doesn't matter. But the environment will be showing you and teaching you a lot more things. Net Brahma, exactly Brahma. Meghna, you want referral, but prove me. You're an architect, right? Okay. I think most of your things will be sorted. No problem. You ask me. One of my batchmates, her name is Radhika. She's working there. He's very close friend of me. If I tell her, she will definitely refer you. But you need to have some value proposition. Then only she's able to refer you. Pink lemonade. Okay. Sketch Brahmava. What is that Sketch Brahma? I've not heard this. Shajan,
It's
you're
a,
inventing some design studio. Huh?
no, sir. It's a studio there in Bangalore as well. It's like Net Brahma, there is Sketch Brahma as well.
Got it. Many design studios, guys. Yeah, Lollipop. But try to understand the culture. That's why in our Excel sheet also, when you go and apply for the job, I used to give this Excel sheet, right? We used to just find out the work culture and the environment there. It's very important to go there. Or else you guys will be not emphasizing all these things. See, Sumana is painting some pictures. What is that? Logo designed by Golden. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. That's interesting. Look at Sumana's pictures. Yellow Chalk. Yellow Chalk is a great design studio. Yes. Many design studios are there. Don't tell me, Jagdish, I'm not able to find this kind of a design studios, whatever you're talking. There are 1,000+ design studios like this. Okay. Work on your codex document. We will explore more. You will have to improve your contact, your network, your LinkedIn, your referrals, because people are going to show you far more different things. Because design studio life is very different, guys. In a day, you will work for only just 2 to 3 hours, and that will be very productive. Sometimes, if you're very interested, you can work for 20 hours also, sleep for 4 hours. That's different. But it's all based on your interest. You guys will be working in a far more different way. I told about Google Moon Factory, right? These kind of studios do exist, but we don't know. That is why we are not what you call. That's why, guys, from the January 1, you guys will write goals like that. And you will be getting attracted. You will be going into the far more design studios like that. Or maybe you will start a design studio like that. I don't know. Where you will be designing a studio where people be hanging from the wall and then they'll be sketching. I don't know. You will differently design a design studio or something. But you guys will be far more different. You guys will be far more different than other people once you start attracting the right things. And you will set a goals. From the January, we are doing that. Today or tomorrow, I'll send you the link, guys, for joining that particular service. Okay. I'll use that coupon code to come inside. Okay. I'll just send you today or tomorrow. Just remind me if in case I'm forgetting. From January 1, we are doing something very different. Please to join. Okay. Whatever is your goals, guys, it is going to come in this year for sure. 100% sure. The more and more and more times you attract, the faster it will come to you. Okay. So please be ready. And also, to come back to this and conclude this entire session, I wanted to put you guys again. Schnell cut and golden ratio and all these things will really work when you guys are going into you and finding out the reality inside you. And your environment will also truly matters a lot. The reason why I told you is maybe sometimes you will find a very good design studio. Sometimes it will take little time, but just allow yourself. Be a little patient. Okay. It doesn't mean in one day itself you will learn everything and do it. Sometimes it will take thoda sa time lagega. You will have to take little time and then automatically you will go into the studio and then you will be rebirth and you will find like, okay, Jagdish, I'm truly enjoying. And when you get that moment, come back and teach to somebody in our program to reach that level. That is my only ask. Okay. You don't have to pay anything for this program. It's a one-time fees program, right? You guys have to teach it for your juniors or people who are upcoming in this program to reach that level. And you should not impose them. You should make them explore. You should in fact confuse them. Okay. If you are my student, if you are the part of design for change, if you are becoming far more excellent, you should now confuse a lot of other people to bring their extraordinary out of it. Okay. That's what I will say. So try to reach it here. Any big designs in the world, pyramid, and I would say what you call this Mona Lisa, the sunflower. How many of you know this? Why sunflower looks really beautiful? Why certain architecture looks really beautiful? Why certain paintings looks really beautiful? Why certain structures are very stable? Look at this. 1.6 is the actual Schnell cut ratio, whatever we used to have, guys. Okay. Guys, and please don't get lost in this topic. Mark your attendance. Okay. Mark your attendance, please. Mark your attendance. I truly request you to mark your attendance. Oh my God, wait. I think I've given you guys. Please go and mark your attendance. Okay.
Jagdish, I was listening to the last two sections, which I was not able to attend. Color and typography.
Tell me, was it good?
So,
Are you
yes,
learning
it
something?
was good. It was good. So I wanted to just, from my learnings, since I was from a typographical background, so I wanted to share some of my tips there.
You
So
wanted to take a specific session?
if
I
you
will
want, I
give
can
you
take
because
it.
in the January 1 to 30, Kanda, we are bringing one people every day. If you wanted to tell some nuggets here, you can tell. But I would say if you can able to present small presentation to our team in the morning, we would be really happy. Think about that, please.
I would love to. I would love to because
Thank you so much.
I had chance of training people in that. So
That's interesting.
that one thing is that you were talking about Sheriff and Shan Sheriff, right?
Yeah.
What I would say to my whoever I taught them is like when you see some Western movies, you have this sheriff, right? And they always wear a hat. So the hat is the typical identification of a sheriff. They will have a hat.
Oh. Okay. Got it.
Wild Wild West movies, if you see, they will have a hat, prominent hat.
Correct.
So in France, if it has a hat, then it is a sheriff. So
Oh.
sheriff, you think of hat.
Guys, how many of you are relating to what Kanda said? Many times you get confusion, right? Which is serif, which is sans serif. Thank you, Kanda. Superb. That's a great analogy too.
Sans is without the hat. So if you don't find the hat, so it is without the hat. And sans serif is most predominantly used in digital medias because it is very difficult to produce that hat in digital media.
Even in the printing media, it is little difficult.
No, printing, they had it because
physical printing.
Yeah, serif will make all newspapers, if you take in olden days, will have this serif font.
Correct. The Times New Roman, all this.
That will have the authority and other stuff. The sans serif fonts are little playful, so they will not have that authority. So when you want to read something, you have to feel, no, this news is very authentic and this news is very reliable. So that time, most of the newspapers use
Correct.
serif
It's
fonts.
because of the dye what they manufactured and also the printing, the lithographic methods they had, offset printing. We also a little bit saw about that. But yeah, it was actually practically how it is scalable and reproducible also. That's also one thing. And it's a good thing. Kanda, can you take one small session? In fact, Sumana also I'm planning to have one session. Sumana, are you here? Please switch on your camera and come forward. Spotlight yourself.
First printing
Yes,
press
yes.
was invented by Gutenberg, so that is
Okay.
what it is called as Gutenberg press.
Correct.
And
Good.
it was invented to popularize Bible. So the first material that they were printing was Bible. So and distributing it.
Correct. Yeah, the Bible was the most printed and available in all the sources, right? That's great. That's great. Yeah, I was also reading about it a lot. Yeah, Kanda, you can cover this as a topic here.
I will do it, no problem.
Okay, Sumana, what you wanted to take? Colors? Can I understand that? Colors? Will you go?
I can take colors or storytelling.
Storytelling. Hey, storytelling, leave it to me here, please. Here.
Yeah, okay.
No, you take it, no problem.
So after
You
you,
can take it, no
I'll
problem.
take.
No, you can. I'm just joking. You can.
Jagdish, we can pitch in anywhere, because thing is that whatever you are learning is only mustard size, right? What they
Yeah,
will, there is a lot to learn.
correct.
And
That's what I
you
told you
will,
yesterday, Kanda, in the session end. Typography will take 1 or 2 years.
not all on typography, for anything, even
Anything.
whatever the grid system that you are doing right now.
That's a deep research. Many people are doing research in that Fibonacci series and other thing. Can I tell you, Kanda, my professor in Germany, who actually gave me this knowledge for editorial design, or else I would have not. See, in my entire batch, nobody talks editorial design more than me, because I took one specific course in Germany abroad. I wanted to learn this guy's aesthetics. Why these people are producing really far more beautiful aesthetic sense? I went into an editorial class, which nobody's there in product design. I don't even know how to construct a line and everything. Okay. My professor, who has taught this particular thing, okay, she completed 5 years in typography. She's from a Japanese institute. Japanese are far more interesting in typography. How many of you know this?
That is
Hira, what is that? Katakana, hiragana, something. They have a script in Japanese actually.
Yeah, those are calligraphic.
There are calligraphic style. So she has did 5 years PhD in typography. Oh, yo, if you just stand in front of her and then talk few minutes, you will get years of learning in front of her. She'll be like very short. She'll be like a Japanese only. Okay. Her name is Kathy. Her name is Kathy. She used to be my professor. She used to tell a lot of things. Starting from morning till night, we used to sit in the session. People will be present. Only 10 people will be there in the class. All of the 10 people will present their editorial works. We used to learn from other people's work. There is no teaching as such in editorial design. Typography, same. I would love to do that, guys, but if I start doing this, then everybody will sit in home and only listen. Nobody will get the job or go into the market. Industry is very important. Paisa chahiye humko. Economic engine is also very important. Then we do.
One more thing I wanted to add. So you were talking about leading, right?
Leading.
Do you know how that term came into use?
Don't know.
In press for line space, they used to have lead bars.
Okay. To space that.
The space between lines, they used to have lead bars.
Okay.
Wood was very costly, so they used to have lead bars between lines to have that mark the line spacing.
Okay, in the olden days.
In press. So that is how the name terminology came as leading.
Super, Kanda. Excellent. You know a lot of things. Kanda, you plan a detailed session here. Is it okay?
Yeah,
Guys, which day we can have? It's not a 15-minute session. I don't think Kanda will finish in 15 minutes. We'll do a little extensive. No, let's learn from Kanda, right? So I'll tell you one date, Kanda. Okay. Guys, tomorrow I'm going to circulate one Excel sheet. Okay. In that Excel sheet, your name will be there, and then your primary skill set, and then your secondary skill set will be there, and there'll be 3 suggestions will be available. Okay. From January 1 to January 31. So anybody can leave that Fridays alone. Okay. Fridays for Figma. If you guys wanted to teach Figma, you can plug your date on Friday. That's okay. No problem. But each and every day, each of our community members has to present. Don't tell me, Jagdish, let Kanda do the typography. Let me only learn. Then when will you become good at your topic? Everybody is good at 1 or 2 topics, guys. I know that. Okay. And everybody has to fill that sheet. I'll circulate with that service link also for this 31-day subscription. And Kanda, you, apart from typography, Kanda, you also add anything else which you are very comfortable. Like I would say, Meghna is good in architecture. She can teach anything which is related to architect to the design world. Okay, Subhash is good in this logo design and all. Subhash can teach logo. Shivraj, I don't know Shivraj. I have not seen his full potential, but Shivraj can come up with any topic. Ramraj, you are very good visual artist, right? Video editing and this motion graphics and other thing. You can teach animation one day. You can teach his motion graphics one day. Samir is from visual design background. He can teach one specific topic. Dayal is starting up. I don't know fully about Dayal, but everybody has one skill. Akash is a visual designer, I think. I'm not sure about it. There are 2, 3 Akash in our program. Jayanandini is just starting up. Maybe Jayanandini can teach basic topics. You can teach about shapes. You can teach about colors. You can teach about this, what do you call this, what is your favorite Jayanandini in your days so far you've learned in design? You can take one topic and teach. Shaman, Yukta, Patmavati, everybody can take one topic, but first 31 slots will be taken. Okay. And the hackathon days, you guys leave it. Tuesday will be hackathon. I'll mark in that sheet. Don't worry. Because hackathon is separate. We have to actually teach. Because in the January 1, we have a new theme of hackathon, which I'll announce you, which is in the next January 6th or 7th. We'll be having that. Leave that Tuesdays. Friday will be for Figma. That you can plug in. Okay. That you can add it. Rest of the days, please feel free to fill that. Because I want you guys to also come forward and teach this community and see how Kanda has given us example of leading. Something like that, people has to really give gyan for all the people as well. And truly this session will be eye-opening for many people. Not only me, it will be eye-opening for many of the community people. And we are not doing it YouTube live. This is very different. We are not going at YouTube live. This is for our inner circle and community, because in YouTube, we can't keep this much of content. First of all, it's not really recommended. What happens when we are actually creating a big digital presence around it? This will confuse many people. Already my marketer said, remove all this content. I'm just keeping it. Okay, at least some people can learn 100 days, 100 skills. I'm not removing it, but soon it will be removed for sure. For some technical reasons and other what you call marketing reasons, we will have to do it. But try to take advantage of earlier sessions, whatever you had. Okay. So this information is fine, guys. Thank you, Kanda, for putting this forward. You have made me talk about this 31 day also. In fact, I would have shown this to the community today. Tomorrow and Tuesday in hackathon, I'm going to be talking more about it. Sumana, you also, and any people, please pick your skill. You guys have to be very good in presentation. Okay. Are you guys getting it? Are you guys feeling happy about it? No, Jagdish, I'm not very happy. I'm very stage nervous, people. Don't tell all these things, guys. Okay. I will bring you on the day one if you tell that. If you tell I'm very nervous towards stages, you are the day one in the January. I will not leave you, because the sooner you have that fear, sooner you have to break it, or else that fear grows. Jagdish, I will do on January 31st. Many people are like that. Last day I will do. 29 days, you will be in depression. Do it first and break it. That's what. If you want to go and propose a girl, do it.
See, that is one, I think you know it or you don't know it. Just do it.
Yes, Nike.
That
Just
is
do it.
how.
So
Just
it's
do it.
my experience that if somebody once get to through the storytelling session, after that they will feel a little bit of confident about presenting something.
Exactly.
And
That's good.
when you're talking about storytelling, there is one interesting book. It is called The Journey of 1,000 Heroes.
1,000
It's a
heroes.
very famous book, and it is read by all directors like Steven Spielberg and what was that? Star Wars.
Kanda, did you attend our Design Verse 1.0? You guys have attended Design Verse 2.0 and then you guys have come inside the program, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't know what is Design Verse 1.0. I think few people have attended that. Subhash, have you attended that? Subhash and Meghna are the only person I think in this call have attended that. But I don't know whether Meghna was there fully. Subhash, did you attend that storytelling session?
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yes.
Were
Lot.
you there fully? That is one of the best sessions I ever had. Subhash, you're traveling.
Have you read
the
this book,
storytelling
Jagdish?
session?
Yes, I really like the storytelling.
You guys will be really surprised. Yeah, even Sumana is going to teach storytelling session, but it's just my version of storytelling. Okay, this 1,000 Miles book is there. No, there is another book which I'll also tell you there. Okay, I don't know whether it's the same book what Kanda and me are talking, but that's for screenwriters, storytellers, and other people. But I've took it for our design context. I've took it for our product design and UI UX design. You guys will be very surprised. So we will have 2 part session. One is for Sumana, one is for me. How does it sound? Sumana, fine.
This book is all about that author has read all the mythological stories around the world. And he has collated how each one is very similar. So the hero's journey arc will be very similar in all the mythological stories. So he is very concerned about this, and his research is that a wonderful read, and you will have that arc's journey from where it starts and where it ends. So
Superb, superb. How many of you loved this session till now? The time is 7:40, right? How many of you loved this session till now? Can you tell why? Can you tell why? In fact, we talked about only one topic. Schnell
Very engaging.
engaging. Okay, why it is making engaging? Exactly, Giridhar. Super. You know how much stories I said? I said more than 20 to 30 stories. You guys don't know this. That's why this session is very engaging. Every minute I used to tell stories. Have you seen in the webinar? I tell even more stories. I don't teach. Storytelling has become a part of me. I learned this from a guy called Russell Brunson. Okay. The day when I learned, entire Kabbalah opened for me. Okay. I used to be very boring guy. If you talk to me, you'll feel very boring. But after that, it took consciously very much effort for me to learn that skill. See, if I have to go and impact 20, 30, 1 million people, I need to learn this skill. It's not like whether I like storytelling or not. I'm not going to be a director or somebody, but I have to learn the skill. Russell Brunson used to say, in every minute you have to tell story. Now also I told one story about Russell Brunson, right? People will love your content when you create a story around it. If you know how to construct the story, people will never leave your designs forever. I said, right, all of the people has to come to the third category. It's by storytelling only. You guys have to know how the storytelling really is important. And Kanda said exactly the journey of hero, but there are many details to break it. Okay. I'll also give my version. Sumana will also give your version, but you guys learn your own way of storytelling. If you guys learn storytelling, you will never be failures. Your design, your interview communication, when you talk to people, even if you talk to 1 minute to people, people will love you. How many of you wants that? Jagdish, my communication is bad. It doesn't matter. If your storytelling is good, people are going to love you. Whether
no,
you're talking.
Jagdish, for that sake, when
Hmm.
people are feeling that their communication is not good, their English is not good, I would strongly request them to go and watch Jagma's interview, Alibaba's founder.
Excellent. Super, yeah. I love that. How many
And
of you know Jack Ma?
his storytelling capabilities are really high, and he would explain how he wanted to work as a pizza boy delivery and he got rejected.
And how many times? I think 80 times he got
Yeah.
rejected from Stanford or something. He
No,
said.
even for that sake, if you check this Honda car company, that CEO, he built a factory. First World War, it got demolished. Again, he built the factory. Second World War, it got demolished. So his success came only after his age of 60.
Exactly. Read about Jack Ma. It's a very interesting story.
Jack Ma is, and you have to watch his interviews. The way that
Hmm.
he speaks, his English would be very pathetic, but you will be you will really be hooked to it because his storytelling is very good.
I know about his English. How many of you know in our program Sudha Kumari? I'll bring her one day. Okay, she's now busy in other commitments. She got 13 LP or something. If you guys have listened to our students, Sudha Kumari, you'll understand. Acha, I'm also getting confidence now to go in interview. She doesn't speak good English, okay, but she tells what exactly she wants. She learned a lot of things from this program. She's becoming success. It's okay, but she was very confused when she initially came into this program, and she doesn't even know how to tell about herself properly. Many people who are here like that. I will not tell you only her. Okay, many people are still like that, and many people have a super English communication skills, but they don't know what to tell. They talk rubbish. They talk here and there. They tell about their strength. They suddenly go and tell about their project. You guys don't know how to cohesively create it. We had one inner circle call also to tell yourself clearly, right, in a coherent order. That's very important. If you guys are completing the codex document, you'll be far more clearer. That's very important, because if you don't know how to tell, and if you don't know how to storify yourself, there is one podcast. Okay, don't go and listen, guys. Come to the session. If you guys are listening to the podcast, then that the suspense will be broken. Come to the live session. Me and Sumana are going to take that. Okay, and then you guys can go and listen to the podcast. There will be many people know Jagdish. I wanted to know. It's okay. It's up to you to go and listen. But storytelling is very important. If you guys wanted to really learn storytelling, I'm telling you, your projects will all be hooked. People will be hooked for your project a very long time. And there is an art to do. Even if you learn that storytelling, you'll have to consciously practice it. I've practiced it many times, guys. In 60 minutes, I'll tell you at least 30 stories. I'm sure you guys would be seeing that. That is why the classes will be little engaging and not boring. If I start only teaching design, then half of the people will leave the call. Our engagement metrics in webinar is very high. My marketing team is asking, how do you break industry standards? This guy doesn't know how much pain point I had to learn this storytelling. If you guys learn storytelling, people will stick to that particular content a lot of time. It's not only communication, it's also about how you connect with the audience emotionally, how you show the PPTs, how you show the visuals, how you connect that as a story. Story is like really, really crazy, guys. That's why the movie directors and particularly more than movie directors, people who are writing story. How many of you know this? What are that? What are the name for those people who write stories?
Huh?
What are the name of the people? It's not director.
Story writers or
Story writers, correct. Story writers are paid
screenplay,
crazy. What?
screenplay artist.
Screenplay writing. Go and watch a movie called Memento. How many of you watched this movie? Memento. How many of you watched this movie Maharaja? A very common movie on Netflix. Okay. Go and
Memento,
watch it.
you should say in the what is that? Who is that? Amir Khan actor, no? What is that movie? It is the remake of Memento.
Oh, this one. Gajni.
Gajni. Yeah, Gajni is exact reproduction of.
Reproduction. Christopher Nolan got
People
irritated
can, yeah.
by Indians. You know why? Because they took the movie from his past and they have not even given him a credit at the last. Taken at the, he literally scolds at Indians. Christopher Nolan doesn't like because of this reason. Siddharth, our actor, he got selected for a Hollywood movie. He